scope properly installed, it's time to bore sight. So if you're not real sure what bore sighting is, that's why we're here. So you have a 0, which is properly sighting in your rifle, and then you've got the bore sight, which is pretty much the only time in the series where I'm gonna say we're not looking for precision, we're looking for good enough. And essentially what this is doing is getting our scope and rifle essentially on paper at 50 or 100 yards, so we can zero it. Now this is done fairly easily with off of a bipod or a bag, either on the front, the rear, or both. This gun has a grip here, so it's normally pretty easy to do that. I can actually fold this one in, so it makes it easier. If you have a fully adjustable stock, you may have to actually drop down your cheek piece, but we are going to need to remove our bolt. If you have something like an AR, you can just disassemble the top from the lower and then go ahead and remove your bolt, and then set the gun up on the bipod or maybe a backpack or a bag or something and rest it on the back. On this gun, I don't necessarily have to do that because it can rest on the handle here and then off the bipod. Now, you can go to, if you'd like, you can go to my website, the Overwatch.wix site, and there is a 25 meter mil target you can print out, and it's basically just the crosshairs of a reticle. Each line is separated 2.5 centimeters, so it's designed to put at 25 meters. So if you are familiar with mils, it's 1/1000. So 2.5 times 1000 is 25 meters. So 2.5 centimeters is 1/1000th of 25 meters. So if you can set that in your backyard or at the range, or another way to do it is I like to use one of the little, I think it's like a 1-inch peel and see, shoot and see stickers. Just go put that on the wall and back as far away as you can, like the furthest distance in your house that you can get. But what we're going to do is we are going to simply have some sort of object that we are going to point the gun at. And what we need to do is get down and just look through the barrel. And then if we need a bag, we can set that bag in it. And we need to adjust it to where it's pointing at our dot. It may actually be easier to point the gun somewhere first. And if you have, a partner or somebody, just go down there and kind of move their hand around someone there, get the general place, and then put the sticker there for you, if that's easier. And basically what we need to do is get an object and look through the barrel and have the barrel pointed at it. The best way to get this done as accurate as we can is you're going to be, when you look down it, and you're going to have the front of the hole here, which is going to be smaller in our perspective, and then the back that's towards you, the front of the barrel, is going to be larger. So you're going to see the inside of the barrel. So you want to get that as even as possible all the way around, and that's going to get us the best accuracy. So once we get it where it's fairly even, now what I like to do is try to start backing up, and that's going to kind of close that field of view in. And so once I get the little dot is centered, or if you use the mil chart, the mil target that I made, get that nice and centered up. And we're going to try to hold the gun as still as possible, and we're going to look into our scope. And we'll see, let's say however far off it is. Now, you don't have to know mils or anything. You don't have to memorize any of that at this point in time. If you do, then just dial however many mils it is or how many MOA. But basically all we're going to do is take the reticle in our scope and put it on that dot. So you just start turning. And of course, we made an adjustment. It's going to move on the rifle a little bit. Get back down. Make sure we're centered back up. And then check on the gun. So you may have to do a large adjustment. You might only have to do a small adjustment. Get on target. And again, check it. And then once they're lined up, then essentially it is bore-sighted. So this is done to just get you on paper. So we're not looking for perfection. We are trying to get on paper. That way we're not shooting ammo just, wherever. It's going to be safer because we have a much closer range of where we know the ammo's going, but then it's going to save you a ton of money on just shooting ammo. So you should be on paper. So the next thing to do is go ahead and take it to the range. If you're doing this at the range, then it's time to take the shot and begin zeroing the rifle. So at this point in time, once you have it bore-sighted, it's time to go shoot.